Hey and welcome to the Daily Manchester United News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Man United insist on £10.4 million fee for Fred after a fresh transfer bid from Galatasaray. Manchester United have asked for €12 million for midfielder Fred following a fresh bid from Galatasaray, according to Fanatic. The Brazilian international has been deemed surplus to requirement and he is expected to leave the Red Devils in the next few weeks. United initially set a price tag of €20 million for his services, but it appears they have now lowered their valuation. Fanatic report that Galatasaray recently increased their proposal for the 30-year-old from €6 million to €8 million. However, their offer has been snapped by the Red Devils. The club continue to insist on their £10.4 million asking price for Fred. The midfielder has entered the final year of his United contract. Fred joined United from Shakhtar Donetsk for £52 million in the summer of 2018, but he has not lived up to the high expectations. The Brazilian has produced standout performances for the club, but between those, there have been several underwhelming displays. This has been the highlight of his United career. His work rate has always been impressive, but his distribution has been under par. Manager Erik ten Hag wants midfielder who are comfortable with the ball at their feet, and Fred does not fall into that category for him. United will be hoping to sanction his exit at the earliest possibility. He may not be the only one heading for the exit door in the coming weeks. Donny van de Beek recently admitted that his future could lie away from United. He was an unused substitute in the friendly win over Arsenal. Meanwhile, United are keeping tabs on Fiorentina midfielder Sofiane Amrabat and could attempt to sign him once they secure a deal for Atalanta striker Rasmus Højlund. Manchester United in talks with the Premier League outfit to sell 26-year-old, personal terms agreed. Manchester United goalkeeper Dean Henderson has agreed personal terms with Nottingham Forest ahead of a potential move. According to Rudy Galati, the two clubs are currently in talks for the 26-year-old goalkeeper, and negotiations are progressing with confidence. Apparently, the goalkeeper has already agreed personal terms with Nottingham Forest, and it remains to be seen whether the two clubs can agree on a deal soon. Manchester United have already signed Andre Onana as a replacement for David De Gea, who left the club earlier this summer. They are now looking to bring in a second-choice goalkeeper as well, and Suzuki has been identified as a target. Meanwhile, Henderson was on loan at Nottingham Forest last season, and he will look to complete a permanent exit from Old Trafford this summer. He needs to play regularly at this stage of his career, and he is unlikely to get those opportunities at Old Trafford. Henderson will look to establish himself as one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League, and he will look to force his way into the England setup as well. Regular football at Nottingham Forest next season would improve his chances of England selection ahead of the European Championships next summer. The 26-year-old has shown his quality in English football in the past, and he would be an asset for Nottingham Forest in the long run. It remains to be seen whether the Premier League outfit can agree on a reasonable fee with Manchester United now. Manchester United new signing Andre Onana labels himself as a modern goalkeeper. Manchester United new signing Andre Onana has described himself as a modern goalkeeper who can adapt to any style of play. Onana arrived at Old Trafford from Inter Milan for an initial €51 million plus €4 million in add-ons, according to The Athletic. In his first interview with the club, he briefly highlighted what he would bring to United. He told ManUnited.com, "I'm very comfortable playing from the back, but it depends. I think the most important thing is to recognize the situation, and that's what I do myself, read the situation, especially what the team needs in certain moments. When we play, depending on who we play, sometimes you have the possession and sometimes not. So from there, you have to be smart and try to help the team because most of the time, playing with these players is amazing. I think a lot of the time we will have possession. Sometimes I have to play higher and sometimes I have to drop. It's just the moments, and you have to recognize those moments. And from there on, we look forward. But I look at myself as a modern goalkeeper so I can adapt to any situation. It will be a new experience for United supporters to see Onana rather than David De Gea between the sticks, as the latter has been a constant figure at the back for over a decade. Onana will bring the ball playing qualities the 32-year-old failed to offer. The Cameroonian is a walking representation of what a sweeper keeper should be and often acts as an extra centre back when in possession. This helps the team to create a numerical advantage by fielding more bodies in the opposition's half. Risk and reward go hand in hand. Onana is a highly confident goalkeeper who prefers to take risks by coming out of the box or playing incisive passes through the middle. He may get caught out a few times due to his style of play, but he always backs himself. Manchester United winger Amad Diallo provides positive injury update. Manchester United have received a major boost with Amad Diallo confirming that his injury is nothing serious. Amad sustained an ankle injury early in the second half of their 2-0 win over Arsenal and had to be taken off. United fans were worried about the 21-year-old who was spotted leaving the MetLife Stadium on crutches with his ankle heavily strapped. The Ivorian has provided an injury update, which will be music to the ears of the fans. He wrote on Instagram, I feared the worst, Alhamdulillah. It's nothing serious. I will be back soon. Erik Ten Hag is closely monitoring Amad's performances in pre-season. The young forward enjoyed a spectacular loan stint with Sunderland last term. He bagged 14 goals and 4 assists in 43 appearances across all competitions. This pre-season will be crucial to determine his immediate future. Ten Hag could be tempted to keep him in the squad if he can make a few goal contributions. If not, the youngster could be sent on another loan spell. Leicester City, Burnley and Sheffield United are interested in acquiring his services. It remains to be seen how quickly Amad recovers from this injury. United have 4 preseason games remaining, and the starlet will want to be part of all of them. He can be an able deputy to Anthony, who is the first choice right winger. If Amad stays at Old Trafford this season, Ten Hag would expect him to make an impact off the bench, as Alejandro Garnacho did last campaign. Eric Bailly in talks with 2 Saudi clubs over a 3-year deal worth £20 million. Manchester United defender Eric Bailly is in talks with 2 Saudi Arabian clubs over a summer transfer, according to Sky Sports reporter Darmesh Sheth. The Ivory Coast international spent the previous campaign on loan with Marseille in the French top flight. He made just 23 appearances amid a long-term suspension as well as injuries. Marseille had agreed a conditional obligation to buy him last summer, but the clause was not triggered after the centre-back failed to make the required number of appearances. Bailly is now expected to pursue a fresh club after being left out of the club's pre-season tour of the United States, and Sheth claims that he is negotiating with 2 Saudi teams. The former Villarreal man has a contract offer worth £20 million for 3 seasons. Cristiano Ronaldo has spoken directly to Bailly to tell him about the league and the lifestyle. Saudi giants Al Nassr confirmed the arrival of Telles for a reported fee of £6 million. The left-back spent last season on loan with Sevilla in the Spanish La Liga. He was deemed surplus to requirement this summer, and United have received a financial boost with his sale. Bailly is also in discussions with Al Nassr, and we won't be surprised if they sign him too. The centre-back had a close bond with Ronaldo during the latter's homecoming spell with United. The 29-year-old joined the Red Devils from Villarreal for £30 million 7 years ago, but United recently set a price tag of just £2 million. They should be eyeing a higher fee with interest from Saudi. Aside from Bailly, Anthony Elanga looks set to leave the club in the coming days. He is expected to undergo his medical with Nottingham Forest ahead of a transfer worth £15 million. Manchester United handed a lifeline in Harry Kane's transfer race. Manchester United have been encouraged in their pursuit of Tottenham Hotspur star Harry Kane this summer. According to The Telegraph, Spurs owner Joey Lewis has informed chairman Daniel Levy to either sell Kane or renew his contract, which expires next summer. The England international is not expected to sign a new deal with the London outfit and wants to move elsewhere. Kane was linked with Manchester United, but they turned their attention to other centre forwards to avoid a summer-long transfer saga with Levy. Atalanta striker Rasmus Højlund has been tipped to move to Old Trafford, with United expected to make an official bid this week. The Red Devils have already spent £107 million to sign Mason Mount and Andre Onana this summer. They will need another £100 million to bring Kane to the theatre of dreams. It wouldn't be easy for United, as they are working with a limited transfer budget and must operate within the financial fair play rules. If Levy is ready to sell Kane, Ten Hag could ask United to turn their attention back to the Englishman. The 30-year-old is one of the best strikers in the Premier League era. He could transform United into title challengers. Levy can still make matters difficult for the Red Devils. He would prefer to offload his best player to a foreign club rather than a direct rival. Bayern München have earmarked Kane as their top target and are preparing a third offer for the forward. The Bundesliga giants are yet to replace Robert Lewandowski, who left for Barcelona last summer. A move to the Bavarians would give Kane the chance to win silverware. However, it would hamper his ambition to break Alan Shearer's Premier League goals record. Manchester United is still keeping tabs on Victor Osimhen. Manchester United are monitoring the situation surrounding Napoli striker Victor Osimhen. His contract expires in 2025, and the club president Aurelio De Laurentiis wants €200 million as a transfer fee. Osimhen's contract with Napoli remains pending renewal as of the current date. His salary demands and termination clause remain to be the main obstacles. According to Vigaches.net, United and Chelsea are considering a deal for the Nigerian. Osimhen was United's premium striker target going into the summer window. His goal-scoring record and versatility were highly appreciated by Erik ten Hag. Signing a young and talented player like Osimhen could strengthen their squad immediately and provide them with a player who could potentially be a long-term asset for the club. However, United could not match Napoli's exorbitant fee due to financial fair play restrictions. It's to be seen if the Red Devils advance negotiations, especially when they are progressing in a deal to sign Atalanta's Rasmus Højlund. Recent reports have mentioned a resignation of interest in Tottenham ace Harry Kane. Ten Hag must decide what profile of striker best suits his team. Højlund, Kane and Osimhen all possesses various attributes which will aid the team in different ways. It will also depend on United's ability to sell players to boost their transfer budget. Rasmus Højlund agrees €86,000 per week contract with Man United. Atalanta striker Rasmus Højlund has agreed terms over a €86,000 a week contract with Manchester United ahead of a potential transfer, Alfredo Pedula claims. The Denmark international has been identified as United's priority striker target, and Fabrizio Romano revealed yesterday that an official bid is expected this week. It's now reported that the 20-year-old wants to join the club at all costs, and he has already accepted a basic salary of around €4.5 million per year. Atalanta could request a fixed fee of €65 million for Højlund, with a further €10 million in bonuses. United manager Erik ten Hag believes the Dane is the perfect profile for his attack, and he can be a 20 goals per season striker with the huge potential he possesses. The club's hierarchy are expected to back the Dutchman in the pursuit of Højlund, and we should see a formal approach to Atalanta for his services in the coming days. The Serie A outfit are eyeing a high package of 75 million euros for the striker, but United should be optimistic of lowering the fee as the Italian club need to land a replacement. They are currently in talks with Almeria for El Bilal Traore, who is also on the radar of Everton. The Spanish club are adamant that they want 40 million euros for Traore with 20 million euros up front. With the Toffees' interest, Atalanta will be determined to sign him as soon as possible. This could speed up the negotiations to sell Højlund to United. In our view, a deal could be finalized for 60 to 65 million euros. It may take multiple discussions to settle on the final fee. I will be uploading daily Manchester United news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.